Talk to me. Played the whore on the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible, they say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. I retweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit
nigga,
on
I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive you, brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.
We won't let it change us, even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite, before I came to campsites. I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped out of Hummer. Look like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UBK. One West, UBK. One West, one West, one West, UBK. One what? UBK. One what? UBK. One UBK, me and all of my Oyes. Hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, say is we, damn niggas, y'all too, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.
Okay, there we go. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You in live. There we go. All right. Most High in Christ. We got in here. All right, Sister Hadassah, Most High in Christ. Yagadar, Sister Call, Most High in Christ. All right. We got in here, NATAZACH, Classics, Kapua, Sister Nizam, all the way from Louisiana. All right, Sister Rye. All right, Rye in here. You understand? Congratulations. You understand? Newly raised Princess Tazarai. You understand? Most High in Christ. Congratulations to Princess Tazarai. In the Hebrew name, you in the game, sis. You on the board now, sis. Congratulations, Princess Tazarai. All right. We got in here Tawabah, Most High in Christ. To Yerah Shema. All right. Okay. What are y'all tuning in? Y'all joining? We broadcasting live a couple of new places. So we live in a couple of new locations now. Most High in Christ. All right. Instagram, y'all should be good to go as well. All right. IG. Make sure y'all pay y'all tithes. Everybody make sure you're paying your tithes. Make sure you're paying your tithes. Make sure that you contact the ISUPK school in whatever city or state that you are in to tell them that you want to be an official brother or sister in the school. Make sure that you do that. All right. Damn right. Okay. Now, we on the cusp of this most evil holiday. I know y'all have been New Year's to death, even though the new year begins in the spring and not in the dead of winter when the last season has just begun. The last season of the year, which is so-called winter by Esau's standard, began on December the 21st. Now it's 3 seasons, it's 3 months to each season. So if winter start December the 21st, and that's the last season of the year, how the hell is the year over? You understand? The Bible talks about these things, and I want you to just As we get started into the class, I want you to just focus. And as always, you're repurposing your brain to come out of the darkness of the lies that we've been taught. Of course, if you've been in any ISUPK classes, you know, of course, we don't celebrate the holidays in the world. We celebrate what's in the Bible, what the Lord has commanded us to celebrate. But I want to show you just how not only the scriptures are so much more alive than what you thought, but by you coming into the truth, this instinctively makes you wiser than the majority of the people that are in the world. Shalom, shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Atah Shem Yahweh Shah. It's the Anah. All right, we got all the all stars in here, all our Hebrew scholars. You understand? The Princess Brigade is on deck. All the princesses in here, all the princes, the men of war. You understand? Coming up in here. But now, what I was saying, December the 25th, December the 21st is the beginning of winter by Esau's standards. Of course, we know the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. But I want to show you some scriptures so that you can see to what extent, like the entire world is under the guise of the foolishness of our oppressor. And I want to show you. We will go to Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. All right. Let's get this up there. Let me get some readers. Where's Yagadar? NATAZACH. Here y'all at. Let's get some, see if we can get some readers up here. Daniel 8 and 25. Let's get this. All right. So now, what it says with Daniel 8 and 25, the Lord said this, and through his policy, talking about the oppressor, he, through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. So we want to start there. When you look at the scriptures, you want to make sure that you break down what's actually in the scriptures properly. You understand? Now that you've stopped sinning against the Lord for the most part, you stopped the Christmas and birthdays and eating pork, stopped getting high, smoking weed, you got rid of your dreadlocks, you stopped getting shape up, you understand, and shaving your face bald, you stopped doing drugs, you stopped celebrating Easter and Christmas and Halloween. The more and more we draw near unto the Most High by obeying Him, the more and more He will allow us to see. And the Bible, you'll be able to receive what's actually written in the Bible that you're being taught a lot better. When brothers and sisters first come into the school, there's a lot of things that they're hearing for the first time that don't make a lot of sense. And we're not just talking about it making sense to you, because this isn't about what makes sense, because the Lord's ways is far above man's ways. But to have an understanding as to what the Lord was trying to teach us and how he wants us to live our lives so that our society functions properly the way that he set up, that's the ultimate goal and point of what's in the Bible, which is to obey him, keep his commandments. So, as always, the words written in the scriptures are very important, and it's important that you know what you're reading. When the Bible says through his policy, who can tell me what that means when it says through his policy? All right. What is his policy that the Bible is talking about? What does this mean? Where do these words come from? Through his policy. Let's get the Merriam-Webster's dictionary so we can get some understanding as to what the Bible is even talking about through his policy. All right. We get our thinkers in here. Class is in session. What do we got? All right, all right. What we got? Give y'all a moment. Sister, we got Anna. No Anna, no. In here. Tower Bob. Sister Hadassah. I know Hadassah and Tawabaf. I know y'all know. I know Yagadar know. Sister Shakar, I know y'all know. I know y'all not all tired out from all this damn New Year's celebration y'all better not have been doing. Y'all out tired from New Year's? Y'all been out partying all night, out hanging out, watching the ball drop, getting shot, getting ran over, getting set on fire, getting thrown in front of a goddamn train, doing New Year's big. Y'all at? Come on now. Facebook, where y'all at? We broadcasting on new channels. Come on now. What is this policy? What policy is the Bible talking about? Let's pull up the definition. All right. Let's pull up the definition here. All right. Let's get this here. Definition of policy. What are we looking at? We don't do that. Damn right. Well, okay, y'all did his rule. So all right, let's get the definition of policy so we can see what Daniel is talking about. Christianity, the religion, has nothing to do with what's in the Bible. All right. Yep. Those are good. We're gonna go up. Let's go back. All right. Oh, now that's all right. What does it mean? All right, terms and conditions. There we go. All right, must have been a delay. All right. Terms, those are good. Terms and conditions. Following the law is conditions. Conditions, terms, and rules. Shalom. All right. Through his policy, he calls craft to prosper. It's something that he's doing, that he's creating. There we go. Right. Okay. I got it. I got it. All right. This is the definition here through his policy. All right. It's a lot of things. This is why it's so much contained in the Bible that is way beyond just what we've heard of. Of course, you already know that, so let's get into it. All the answers you all gave were great. These are great answers. Now, when it talks about his policy, all of these things are connected. It says policy, you have prudence, wisdom in the management of affairs, the way that he manages his affairs, management or procedure based primarily on material interests. All right. Let's get a high level overall plan embracing the general goals and acceptable procedures of a governmental body. These are the definitions of the word policy. All right. These are some of the definitions in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. All right. That's what you want. Let's see if we got any more. These goddamn pop-ups. Stupid pop-ups. So, what's it already? All right, that's it. Policy talking about his legislation and the way he wants things to go. Now, this is the definition of policy here. Let's go back to me. Now, when the Bible says through his policy, he calls his craft to prosper. His legislation and the authority that he passes laws causes witchcraft to prosper. That's what it's talking about, craft. It is a level of witchcraft to make you believe that the year begins in the dead of winter, where nothing is new. It's not a new tax year. When is taxes due, y'all? When are taxes due? Let's see this. Just to show you how much of the devil that our oppressor is. When are taxes due? Mm-hmm. One person in here paying their taxes. The water, sis. Y'all pay them taxes, man. Don't end up in jail. Y'all pay them taxes. One person knew. The water sister. All right, two. This is the bar. Quick on the trigger. April. April. The water sister Hadassah. April. All right. The rest of y'all, make sure y'all taxes is ready to be paid by April. I see a lot of people didn't know. All right. April. That's right. Why are the taxes due in April if the new year begins in December? There we go. I see a lot of y'all went on ahead and filed real quick. No sweat, no sweat. The new year, the oppressors say the new year begins in December. Why are the taxes due in April? Who knows why they do in April? They know the world is broke in December. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. That's a solid answer. We got a lot of basic fact to that. That's a solid answer, sis. They know everybody spent all their money in December, huh? All right. All right. All right. Yes. That's the answer. Because April is the new year. File that extension. File that extension. You going to jail. You gonna look for your check. Your check gonna have an extra minus. This is gonna be minus half. New debt. This is the answer. That's right. Sister Anna got the answer right. Well, our young got the answer right because April is the new year. April is the new year. Who knows what March is? What is March? Right. What happens at the end of March, y'all? At the end of March, that is the end of the last season of a full 12-month, 4-season cycle. You understand? That's what happens. It's a brand new year. While Esau passed a policy legislation to lie to you, saying that in the dead of winter, in December the 21st, it's a brand new year, and you celebrate freezing, getting run over in New York, getting knocked in front of a subway train in New York, getting run over in New Orleans, getting set on fire in New York. Y'all better stay the hell out of New York. New York better turn and serve the Lord. It's some evil demons being unleashed in New York. New York is a very evil place, just like the rest of America. And these evil spirits is being turned loose in America. We're going to go into that tonight. We're going to touch on that a little bit tonight. The Lord said, it's not showing up. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we can see. The scripture says, and through his policy, he also shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. While everybody is saying Happy New Year, they don't have any idea that they are worshiping the gods of our oppressor. That's why the definition of the word policy is his wisdom in the management of affairs. He has affairs that he wants you to partake in. That's why the Lord gives us commandments to not take the customs of another nation and people. It may seem like you're having fun. It may seem like you just participate, but disobeying the Lord opens the door for evil spirits to come. And not only does it open the door for evil spirits to come and flourish, but it opens the door to make you susceptible to demons and wicked spirits that do harm. The Lord said, I kill and I make alive. I send evil angels among them. The Lord is doing these things because we were never supposed to celebrate the gods of the other nations. How many people know how many gods is associated with that New Year's celebration that silly Christians went out and did? They got ran over and set on fire and unalived and got shot last night when the New Year is in April. Who knows the gods that they're celebrating? You got Kronos, you got Janus, where you get your father time, the old man time. That's Kronos. You got Janus, which is why they named January after the god Janus. You understand? We're going to pull these up tonight. The Bible says God is a jealous power. You get jealous. You understand? He said, for thou shalt worship no other gods before me. You're not allowed to serve another God. You're not allowed to celebrate a New Year's in the dead of winter. You don't know what you celebrate. Black eyed peas, if we like them, but they are cheap. Your browser connection to your screen share audio. The Lord said we're not supposed to serve another God. Yes, you can eat black eyed peas. I don't know what black eyed peas has to do with New Year's. I think I vaguely heard that. It's a pretty old thing. That doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with the worship of Janus and Kronos. But here is the question. The Lord said he's jealous. He get jealous. Let's type this question so everybody can see and give you a chance to respond. Who knows? How you on the boss, sis? No sweat. God. It's the question here. I'm gonna put it up so everybody can see. See if y'all know. What gods are being celebrated for this so-called New Year's Day? Janus, that's one of them. Janus, we got Janus. All right. Jupiter, we got Jupiter. Janus, there you go. So now I said Janus. Everybody knows Janus. Janus is a big hit with everybody. Everybody knows Janus. They know Jupiter. Jupiter. I think I just gave it to y'all a minute ago. All right, Janus. It is our oppressor's policy to make you serve other gods. This is Janus. If you haven't already seen it a dozen times, tons and tons of gods. So when the Lord says, I am a jealous God, when Christians don't understand who or what God, the Most High, says is another God. You understand? Christians don't understand that because they don't have a concept of God based on what God said in the Bible. They don't have a concept of the Most High, so they don't have a proper reference point to understand what is God, what is a worship, what does it mean. the God of the Bible, which is the God of our fathers, he said this. And he didn't say it for no reason. He said it because the other nations, they have their own gods. And every god has a customs. And these are the customs of the other gods. No sweat, sis. I got you. For all the gods of the nations. The word gods means their powers. Of the nations, which is the other races of people, are idols. They're not real, but to them, they are an intricate part of their wisdom and the management of their affairs. They are intricate part of our oppressors' management or procedures based primarily on material interests. That's what's actually, all of that is contained in that scripture. And their material interests based on their wisdom, their customs of their forefathers, for their material interest in managing they create government policies. So when God is saying in the Bible, he's saying the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High is the creator. He made the heavens. All right. Let's touch on Janus. See, the Christian church does not teach you any actual knowledge. That's how we end up serving the other gods of the nation. Most High in Christ. Y'all Shem Shem break it down. All right.
Shalom. Yabashim Ashabakata.
All right. NATAZACH. This is Janus. I'm not going to stay too long. I'm sure you've been taught about Janus a dozen times this week. All right. It says Janus, the ancient Roman religion and myth. Janus is the god of beginnings and gates, transitions of time and duality, and doorways and passages, frames and endings. He's depicted as having two faces. The month of January. This is why you got a picture of a head looking forward and a head looking backwards. This is an image or depiction. So you can take a look and see it. This is who you celebrating, counting down with that ball. So that ball dropped from the sky. This is a part of what you celebrating. You're worshiping this God. Now, of course, being a Christian, you don't know what the word worship means. You don't know what God, the God of the Bible, the Most High, you don't know what the Lord considers to be another God of another nation. Because you've been singing and dancing. You understand? This is what it is. Janus. There's a one God. All of this makes the Lord angry. So once we start talking about these stories, when people are getting pushed into the train on the New York subway and people are getting set on fire, you have to understand these are the gods of the other nations' celebrations that people are partaking in. You understand? That's just one. All right, so we're done with Janus. We're done with Janus there. What we got here? Who you spell? AESCUAP. All right, what's going on, Matazah? Sure, break it down.
How are you?
All right enough. All right. Another guy, another sassy, sashaying, half-naked, God knows who else. We got another one. The hero and god of medicine, the Greek religion, the son of Apollo and Cronus. Cronus. Should be Cronus, but it's pronounced Coronis. All right. Let's see. That's the Greek god of medicine, right? Hold on, sis. I don't think there's one of them there for New Year's. But Chronos, which is Father Time. We're gonna get another one. We're gonna get Chronos. So this he makes a part of Chronos. There's another one. The ancient Greek religion, Chronos, was the leader, the youngest generations of the Titans, the descendants of Gaia. Gaia is that mother sky spirit goddess. You understand? Even in Captain Planet, if y'all were around in the 90s, Gaia was the black woman in the sky who gave all the magical rings their power. Our oppressor, nobody forgets their culture. Nobody forgets their culture. Nobody forgets their gods. Nobody throws away their heritage. That's why the Lord told us never to take the customs of another God. Nobody's throwing theirs away. These things not only make them strong, but because of their religion, you understand? Because of their religion, and mainly because of Christianity, everyone gets sucked into the culture of the other nations of people. The most important thing is we are not supposed to be a part of. You understand? So that's enough on that. We're going to go back to Daniel 8 and 25. While oppressor is lying, telling you it's a new year when it's the dead of winter, when he knows when the actual new year is, because that's when he won his tax money. After all the 4 seasons are done, it's an actual new year. Daniel chapter 8 and 25, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. You understand? As a matter of fact, NATAZACH, if you're here, go ahead and read Daniel 8 and 25.
Khan. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Right, in his hand, with his power, he's causing this witchcraft to prosper. Now here you are believing it's a new year in the dead of winter your whole life. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, a whole dummy talking about Happy New Year in the dead of winter. When the man lying to you saying it's a new year, he know that the new year began when he won his tax money. April. The birds know, the squirrels know, the damn bear knows. All the birds flying south, they know it's a new year. The flowers know, the trees know. They have no political affiliations or aspirations of being mayor or president whatsoever. Everybody knows. Damn right, Sister Amadah said April's fool. Ha ha ha, dummy. The new year didn't begin in December. It's a new year now. Everybody knew but you. You understand? Hit the water, sis. Like this witchcraft is prosper. What else is happening? We're going to get to it in just a minute. Let's get nice and good. Keep going.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart.
He's going to magnify himself. He's going to make himself stronger in his arrogance that he can change policy. You understand? His arrogance. Let me show you. This is what happens when you join the oppressor in his religions. The oppressor is fighting against God and being ignorant of the Most High. You joining with him in his celebrations, in his customs, in his belief, in his lifestyles makes him more arrogant, makes him more bold, makes him more brazen. In your mind, in a Christian's mind, these things aren't connected. In a Christian's mind, Satan and the devil are the same, which they are not in the Bible. In a Christian's mind, Satan is fighting against God, and they are not in the Bible. In a Christian's mind, the devil is a man underground on fire, but he's not in the Bible. He couldn't be underground on fire and offer Christ rulership of all the mountains at the top when he's fasting in the wilderness. He can't also be chained up in fire, in the pit of fire under the ground. In reality, God is on fire in heaven. You understand? So unlearning the lies that the Christian church has taught our people is very paramount, and we're going to unravel this mystery. Keep going, NATAZACH.
And by peace shall destroy many.
By the idea of peace, not by having peace. The idea that God has been telling us throughout the Bible, which is not having peace, it is seeking peace. Having peace and seeking peace is two different things. And the Lord told us never to seek the peace of another nation. Who can find that? The Lord said, seek not their peace nor their prosperity. You can find that. Why did the Lord say this? Because you seeking to have peace with them is going to turn your sons and daughters away from serving the Most High. The Lord put this in Ezra 9 and verse 12. Why did he say that? Hold that, NATAZACH. Give me Ezra 9 and 12.
Come on, sir.
Sure. Ezra 9 and verse 12. This is why the Lord wanted us to understand that the other nations of people, their gods are not real. Allah is not real. Caesar Borgia is not real. You understand? They're telling you it's just a fun celebration. In reality, you're worshiping many gods, and it makes the Lord angry. And when the Lord gets angry, people get set on fire and pushed in front of the L train. You understand? People get blown up at the New Year's Day celebration in New Orleans. They get ran over in a crowd by not realizing that God is serious about not serving another nation. You got it, Mataz. I'll run that real quick.
Khan. This is Ezra chapter 9, verse 12. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons.
This is bigger than just marriage. This is not just talking about sex, which is marriage. This is also a reiteration of the same commandments the Lord had told us in Deuteronomy, in Numbers, in Leviticus, through all the prophets, in the New Testament, and the Apocrypha. Don't give your daughters unto their sons. By you teaching your sons and daughters to celebrate New Year's, to celebrate Valentine's and Christmas and Halloween, you are giving them your sons. You're giving your sons and daughters over to the gods of these other nations. Keep going.
Neither take their daughters unto your sons.
You're not supposed to take their daughters unto your sons. You understand? Don't bring them in amongst you. Don't marry them. Don't let them join their family so that your daughter doesn't end up like Eve, a fool sitting at a table of 55 of Count Vlad Dracula's closest relatives in a Transylvanian medieval castle with a goddamn long table with Lurch and Frankenstein in the damn basement and werewolves and Van Helsing trying to break into the castle. Who saw that picture of Eve? Who saw Eve at the damn dinner table with 900 white relatives and she got a dog collar wrapped around her neck, looking like the family German Shepherd, looking like a goddamn golden retriever sitting in that white man's table in Castlevania? You understand? Who saw that picture? You understand? The rapper Eve with that Christmas dinner photo. That sister looked terrible.
Right.
You understand? She looked absolutely terrible at that damn photo, and rightfully so. Everybody on the planet is making fun of her sitting at that damn table, being the only black person in that White Castle and God knows where, looking like an absolute fool. Well, this comes from Martin Luther King telling us to seek peace with our oppressors. By us seeking peace, while they were beating us and sicking dogs on us and whipping us and burning us and hating us and putting up signs and lynching us and sundown towns and no darkies, no coloreds, and you got to get special legislation to wear your own natural hair to work, and you got to protect the crown, and am I not a man, and no justice, no peace. Your kids got to get their head busted, get your ribs broke from the damn fire hydrant, the firefighters breaking your ribs with the hose, and now you gonna go and lay in the bed with Count Dracula and call it marriage. You breeding goddamn vampires for this devil in his Transylvanian castle, sitting at the damn dinner table worshiping the gods of another nation. That's what happens to our people. That Serena Williams is the same. It looked like they done sucked all the nigga out of Serena, all the color out of Serena Williams, married to that white man. He looked like, some evil scientist rubbing his hands like Birdman, just getting all the good melanin and good Negro genetic blood out so he can, take her eggs and make super people and God knows what else. She looking sicker and gonna drop dead, and he gonna get all her tennis money that black people have been celebrating and cheering for her since she was a little girl, that she betrayed her father to go and be bed wench Brittany to Massa. You understand? The Lord told us don't do that. That is what seeking peace is. There's a difference between having peace and seeking peace. We can have peace, but me seeking peace means I got to give up something. You understand? And the Lord said, don't give up anything. That's why all the rappers is in trouble. To get into Esau's world, apart from us having our Negro music festivals on the black side of town, to join into our oppressors' world, now they own your music, they own your sound, they own your message, they own your look, they own your name. If you ever do anything in perpetuity throughout the universe, your likeness can be sold by the damn music record company using AI. Your whole soul belongs to the oppressor. That's what happens when you seek peace with them. They could have hated the very sight of you every day, but gave you $10 for laying a black brick that the white man got $10 for laying a white brick. And you would have been hated on your side of town, and your sons and daughters would have loved you, and our communities and families would have been good and strong and knew that this is as far as we could go before we entered into danger. That's what the Lord wanted. That's how it was in our land. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. There's a lot of misconceptions about the Bible and about God because of Christianity. And thanks be to the Lord, as the American dollar falls, you are going to see that the complexion for the protection that the oppressor has enjoyed, that don't mean anything anymore. They're pushing old white men in front of subway trains now, setting white ladies on fire at the subway. Like the more and more that we take our spirit out of America, the more the Lord's judgment and the evil that we had been partaking as a people, because we still catching hell. That brother they beat to death in that prison, we still catching hell. They beat that brother to death on that prison, on that screen. Everybody had a good old time, a good lynching. Brother with his hands tied behind his back, and broke his neck and slammed, beat his ribs all up, punched him, step on him. You understand? They in there doing wrestling moves on this brother. He already gone. They still trying to make him stand up. His lifeless body just melting in their hand inside the damn jumpsuit. You understand? So make sure that you have your love and your desire for peace and justice and righteousness. Make sure that it aligns up with what God is saying. Because God's idea of justice and righteousness and peace, you better line your idea up with his. Otherwise, you can suffer a lot of heartbreak as the Lord pays people back for the evil that they've done to us. You understand? So keep going. Where were you
Nor
reading?
seek, Salaki, sir.
Started from the top.
Okay. Ezra chapter 9, verse 12. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons.
The Lord said, don't ever give your daughters unto their sons. You understand? Keep going.
Neither take their daughters unto your sons.
Don't allow their daughters to come to their sons. Their daughters are not allowed. You understand? Tiffany, Heather, Becky, Brad, all you young brothers listening in there, you understand? You young brother, I don't give a damn. You 3, 4, 5, 15, 2, 10 teeth, 1 teeth, 2 teeth. It's unlawful. You got just as much of the law to learn before you become a grown black man for the Washington Commanders on your knee, bowing down to your slave master's daughter in the middle of the playoffs, asking Becky to marry you. Robert Griffin did that same damn thing. And then they hit that knee and twisted that knee, you understand, out the damn socket. He never played football again. Like, this is against the Lord. You're going to be like Eve sitting at that damn dinner table. They getting ready to sacrifice you, and you so happy to be in the castle. You understand? Keep going.
Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
Don't seek their peace or their wealth. Seeking their wealth does not mean seeking wealth. Those don't mean the same thing. The Christian church taught us that we were supposed to live and be poor and be in poverty. The only reason that our people are in poverty is because the leaders of our people feed themselves. And thanks be to the Most High that churches are closing their doors more and more in record numbers. May all the Christian church doors close. They need to turn all of those buildings over to Commander General Yohana and empty all of their treasuries and bank accounts into the Isupk so that we can actually do the work of the Lord. Because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else can do it. You understand? Read that line one more time.
Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
Their peace or their wealth. All right. Why did the Lord say that? There was a time that black wealth meant something. How were black people gaining wealth? There's talk in the news about politics, talking about the immigrants are taking black jobs. It's a black job. It's a black job. What was how were black people making their wealth? What was our wealth? How do we make our wealth? We spent hundreds of years in slavery. Who knows how we made our wealth once we were finally free? How do we make our wealth? Let's see how black y'all are. How long y'all been black? Let's see. It's the test. You fail, you're going to wake up something different. This the test. No, I'm just playing. I'll say y'all black, right? Who's black in here? You doing the test. The bar is black. Ayan is black. Shakar, Anand, Tower Bath, y'all black, huh? Let's see. All right. Masonry. There we go. That's a black job. That was a black job. Bricklaying. That was a skill. Who knows what masonry is? That's building your houses, laying bricks. Every building getting built, laying bricks. All the houses, the plantations, those things, all of that construction across America. We built all the Capitol buildings, the White House, the architecture, the layout. Now, I'm not going to lie, Esau built. Esau had some builders. Them Freemasons, they study and worship the Masonic orders and the numerals and the power grids and architecture and structure. But we were the master builders on the planet. We built pyramids. Everywhere we went, we built pyramids. We built things so great, they try to lie and say aliens built it. That's how skilled we were. That's why they knew when they got to Africa, they knew somebody had their head up an elephant's behind and somebody made cities out of gold. Let's go get the people who make cities out of gold and let him do whatever he's doing to that elephant. God be with that elephant. Jeez. You understand? These were black jobs. That means if you were black, it was expected that you could work. Everybody remember those uncles? I don't know if they still make those uncles anymore, but there was those uncles. Some of you might be that uncle. The uncle that could damn near do everything. They got a term for it now that Esau was able to open up trade schools and force our children to go to his education systems and mandatory schooling. That's what Labor Day was about. So the skills and the trades that were black jobs that we have been doing for hundreds of years, not only here in America, but also in Africa when they came and got us, also in the Middle East when we were back in our homeland. There was a reputation for the skill that we had. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like so-called Latinos, have a reputation for being skilled in construction and agriculture and farming and working with crops and the trees and landscaping. We did those same jobs together as a nation, but they had all 12 of our tribes together in Egypt. That's why Egypt was so powerful. You understand? That's why America is so powerful. If you think Donald Trump is actually going to kick out all of his undocumented, skilled labor force that brought themselves by the millions to America, you and poor white people are absolute fools. They're not going to kick out all of their farmers, their workers, their cooks, their chefs, their bed makers, their sheet washers. You understand? I remember we had a job I was doing downtown, and I seen some Latina sister on her hands and knees at 6 o'clock in the morning, scrubbing the tile floor in the middle of the hallway at this Marriott hotel. And it took everything within me to not flip over every single desk that I walked by and pick that sister up off the floor and throw her boss down a flight of steps. As his sister is on her hands and knees like Cinderella, a princess of Zion, scrubbing the floor of the white man's hotel. Like, it was a terrible sight to see. You understand? And of course, the sister is just so happy to be there to have, a damn slavery. It was absolutely heartbreaking. You understand? But these were our jobs. Farming. We had farming in the community. We were skilled farmers, not gardeners. We were farmers. All the food that we needed to eat, all the animals that we raised, the sheep, the goats, the chicken, the turkey, the cattle, cowboys. That was blacks and Latinos. The cow wranglers, rustling cattle. That was not white men. That was our customs. We've been wrangling and rustling cattle since the days of Abraham and Lot. That was always our trade. When we got to Egypt, we were told by Joseph to tell Pharaoh we were shepherds by trade. We were always sheep herders. When you raise cattle and goats and sheep, who knows what you get for cattle and goats and sheep? You get food, you get wool, you get cotton. You understand? Not quite cotton, but you get the lamb skin. They take the lamb skin and you get things you can make out of them. You can make purses, you can make wallets, you can make gloves, you can make things to sanitize stuff for medical procedures. They, of course, use different materials now, like latex and neoprene. You understand? But you got the skin of the animal, you got the hide, you got the leather, you can make ropes, you can make all of these things that come from the animal. You got the bone, you got the meat. They work the land. You get pigs and cattle to stomp the land, to turn the soil. So you're not there with a rake and a garden hoe digging in the ground. When you got 10 pigs will turn your soil in 3 days. Move them to another spot. Those pigs will plant every seed that you want and fertilize the whole ground. Goats, everything. These were our trades. These were black jobs. We would have been 100% self-sufficient if we kept going up. They destroyed what we built. We rebuild back up again. You racist, you the devil. They destroy it, burn it down. You racist, you the devil. They got to make a political change. But our leaders told us to join them. So now what else do we have? We bought and sold in our own. We had our own community. We bought with it. That's right. The wealth that we gained, we bought more land and spread out agriculture. our trees, factory jobs. You understand? Building, farming, caring for our children, child care. How much does it cost to take care of one baby? Our families had child care built into it. Take care of one baby. Sisters on the internet fighting each other. We had child care built into our families. You understand? Following the white man's law, you have two babies, won't ever get a drop of sleep ever again in your life. You'll pay an absolute stranger $1,000 a week to take care of your newborn. When you had your baby and stayed in your black community, and your black boss would have understood, because he got black wives and sisters that can't come to work when they have their black babies too. And we would have worked our whole economy, our whole scheduling and everything around so that we could take care of ourselves. When we were segregated, black businesses and business owners paid black workers better than white people paid us, and we paid each other better than white people paid their own people. That's why they would come and burn our towns to the ground when they realized how much better a life we lived than they lived. You understand? Now we integrated. Everybody's life is terrible now. You understand? Farming, cooking. That's right, cooking. White women can never cook. They can't cook. That's why they eating pig and cheese and milk. They don't know nothing about cooking. They don't know how to wash the food. They could sprinkle a little bit of salt, flip it over. We're going to sprinkle. They don't know nothing about cooking. Got 900 seasons. You understand? This was what we did. If somebody needed food and clothes, we were making the clothes. We were building the houses. All of these things, seamstress, that's right. Child care. White women ain't know about taking care of no kids. They couldn't keep their infants alive. You understand? That's why they saying God bless you every time you sneeze. They figured their babies was going to die because they didn't know how to take care of their children. They learned that from slaves, from Big Mama, from Brittany, from Brenda, Daniela, from Maria. It wasn't their custom to know how to take care of their children. And the Greeks and the Romans was taking the babies and turning them into warrior sex slaves. That's how the Roman legions and the Greek armies built. That's how the samurais did it. That's how the Taliban does it to this day. That's how the Arabs do it. We the only ones that had rules to not do that. We were so much better off by obeying the Lord. That's why it says here in these scriptures that the Lord said, don't seek peace with them. This wealth that we maintained amongst ourselves, they had two options. They would have to do right by us and do business, because they didn't have the skill to be able to maintain what we were doing. Even if you were able to steal what we had, you didn't know how it worked. You could steal the technology, but you can't duplicate it, because Jerry Lawson made the video game. John Standard made the refrigerator, freezer, the icebox. Frederick McKinley Jones made the refrigerated vehicle. You might be able to steal it, but that ain't going to tell you how it works. You might be able to steal the cell phone that Eugene Russell created or Henry T. Sanford, but that ain't going to tell you how to duplicate it. That ain't going to tell you how to connect the neurons and the photons. Am I doing it right, Urash? All the electrical stuff? That's not going to give you our skill. You would have had to treat us right, or you would have had to do without. And America would have been forced to respect us the same way they respect the Chinese, who they hate and are preparing to go to war with every single day. That's what the Lord wanted. So when it says don't seek their peace, that's what it means to seek their peace or their wealth. We would have had our own wealth. And we're going to have to do it again, because America's getting ready to fall, just like it's falling now. Everybody's worried about. You understand? Keep going.
That ye may be strong.
Why did the Lord say this? Read again.
That ye may be strong.
He said this so that we can be strong. That was the purpose. This made us strong. Your son doesn't know who his enemy is. He's going to go to school and find some other black man. And then they're going to be enemies for the rest of their life. They're going to be enemies. You're going to go outside their neighborhood And at the end of this neighborhood, there's the beginning of another neighborhood. And when they meet at the bus stop, those two neighborhoods are going to fight to the death for 20 years in every city, in every inner city, in every outskirts of the inner city, all across America, unless we don't seek their peace. Then we'll realize they're the enemy instead of each other. That made us strong. Turning that away made us weak. And that's what our oppressor wanted. It doesn't seem like it because you're not spiritual if you're a Christian. If you're in the world, you're not spiritual. You don't understand how the spirits work. You don't understand the spirit world. The spirit of you accepting and participating in our oppressor's holidays takes on his spirit. You don't think you celebrating Christmas is teaching your son to rob and steal and kill. You just think it's presents, it's jingle bells, we have a good time. You don't think you're teaching your son to drug women and have sex with them like Bill Cosby and P. Diddy. You don't think that's what you're teaching them. But the Christmas celebration and the mistletoe that you're supposed to remember, anybody ever heard of mistletoe? We just coming off of Christmas. Y'all know what mistletoe is? Who know what mistletoe is? Where all the brothers and sisters at? Y'all know what mistletoe is? Wonder why it's so much SA and abuse and child molestation running rampant. Who knows what mistletoe is? It's mistletoe. Anybody ever heard of mistletoe? Y'all type in there and let me know. Mistletoe. I remember Commander Junior Hanna explaining this. This is mistletoe. This is the mistletoe. You understand? What is the mistletoe? What is that mistletoe? What's all this mistletoe about? Who knows what it is? You understand? Mistletoe. Grow on the tree branches. Who knows what the mistletoe is? Nobody know what nobody answer. Nobody know? Okay, there they go. 400 a week. 400, okay. They let the dogs lick the spoon. That's right. Okay, y'all will answer. Okay, I didn't see that. That's right. Damn, you right, sis. I didn't even see that. They let the dog lick the spoon. That's right. They let the cats up on the counter. They ain't washing the meat. They're not washing their hand. Hell, they don't take a soap. They don't take a washcloth and scrub under their arms in between their behind. Only thing get washed on the white man is his hair. Pert Plus and Head and Shoulders and Natural V. What's the one with that big green bottle? And that Garnier Fructis and nothing else getting washed. Nothing. You understand? A plant. That's what it is. A plant. A plant. Okay. I see con, sirs. I don't know what y'all responding to. Okay. Everybody saying con. Okay. Maybe I didn't ask the question properly. I see a bunch of cons. Okay. Well, whoever is under the mistletoe gets a kiss. Why are they getting a kiss under that mistletoe? That's right. You're supposed to kiss under the mistletoe. Why are they getting a kiss under that mistletoe? Uh-huh. Yeah. Why you getting a kiss under that mistletoe? Commander Junior Hanna explained that mistletoe. But that mistletoe was it supposed to be a chemical reaction in that mistletoe. Let's see if we can get if I can get the history of it. You understand? Long story short, the mistletoe was a special herb that get put in a drink. They get put people kiss under the mistletoe because the mistletoe is like a special herb that's supposed to get mixed or put in the drink. Ever heard of Rick Ross say put a Molly in her drink and she don't even know? Well, the mistletoe plant was supposed to be like Molly, make you get high, be real excited, real horny. Before you know it, you having sex with strangers. You understand? So you can have the orgies for the Christmas party, for the Saturnalia, and all the gods of the other nations that you celebrating under that damn Christmas banner, not knowing you really celebrating all of these gods. Well, that's why you're supposed to get whoever get under the mistletoe get kissed. You understand? Another reason the Lord said for us not to take the customs of the other nations of people. You don't know what the hell you doing. You understand? Even Cardi B talked about drugging and robbing men. You understand? Like all of these filthy customs come with joining the other nations of people. You understand? We were getting high. You understand? Getting drugged at a party, getting abused, all of those things there. This is Esau's culture. His frat boy culture, his football culture, his military culture, his hazing rituals. He loved that damn hazing. You understand? All of that. His girls.
So Malak, yeah, not sure what happened with Cap. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. All right.
Here we go. I don't know what happened there. They zoned me out.
White man's the devil the Bible speaks of.
Yeah. Oppressor is the devil. Got that straight. Esau mad, telling all his secrets. Her son was killed by an arrow made of mistletoe. That's probably not all that happened to that son with that damn mistletoe. So hold up. Let's get this fixed. There we go. All right. Huh. Made you number one.
I may need to go out and come back in. I don't know.
Oh yeah, hold on, give me a second. There we go. All right, we're good to go.
Come on.
Right. A bunch of evil, wicked stuff, and it's all a bunch of lies that the oppressor makes up. It's really just him doing nasty, wicked, freaky stuff, getting everybody high, taking advantage of people. You understand? And it's just all good, clean, wholesome fun. It's seasons. It's the spirit. It's the oppressor being the devil the Bible speaks of. The other nations are nasty, filthy, and disgusting. The Lord called them spit and a drop of a bucket. And the Lord wanted us to look at them through the proper perspective that He said that they were. And that was going to make us safe and make us strong so that we can leave the good things of the land to our children. Wherever we went, we would naturally rise to the top because the Lord would be with us and we would be better than everyone else because we are His chosen people and our laws are better, our culture is better, and eventually they would end up serving us. But we couldn't join them, they couldn't join us. There was a natural barrier, like it is between the Chinese man and the Japanese man, the French white man, Spanish white man, the Jewish white man, the German white man, the different Africans. The Lord made these barriers. He separated and made different people, and He never wanted them to come together. All right. So where you read, NATAZACH?
Kind of last part of Ezra 9 and 12. I don't know.
Go ahead and finish that.
And eat the good of the land.
Keep going. You're supposed to eat the good of the land. The land has things that the Lord prepares. We eat what Esau can get. Esau got to modify the crops, and the earth won't produce for Esau. The earth will produce for us, though. Keep going.
And leave it for an inheritance to your children forever.
We're supposed to pass the inheritance to our children. You understand? This is how we keep it. Once we integrate it, we couldn't even keep the cities that we built. We built cities. We built Richmond and Baltimore and Philly and DC and Harlem. You understand? We built the hell out of Detroit. We built the cities up with our industry, our skills, built up Petersburg. Can't pass it on to our children. It fell apart. We gave away our skill and our years to the oppressor instead of making him pay for our labor. We had snitches that gave away all of our secrets to the oppressor, like Martin Luther King and Al Sharpton and Ben Carson. You understand? In Asia, you understand? So before you know it, they got it all. We trying to buy it back from them. Like this is how we get fixed. So keep going. That's the end of it, right?
Khan, that's the end of that verse.
All right. Go to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25, please.
7 and 25.
Yeah, you got it.
Khan. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25.
Hold on,
And
Instagram. We're gonna switch to the next channel. No, you go ahead, Matasa. I'll keep going.
Khan. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He's gonna speak great words against the Most High. How was he able to do this? Because of our supporting him in his religion. This gives validity and strength to his arrogancy. It gives validity and strength to him in his heart saying, I am God. See, they worship me. I'm God to them. I tell them they can kill their babies, and because of their sin, they want to kill their babies. I'm God to them. They want to unalive their children. I tell them that they can get high. They have a right to get high. They want to live an alternative lifestyle. You understand? I let them live an alternative lifestyle. I'm their God. You can't rise up against me talking about you want justice. You want justice. I let you kill your babies in Planned Parenthood. And you don't have a conscience anymore because I gave you a right to do so. Because with my policy, I made you believe that you weren't killing your baby. Now your next generation figure they got a right to kill the baby. The policy that I spread out put witchcraft on you. And the witchcraft that's on you got you to get rid of your morals. You don't believe OnlyFans is prostitution because I let you be a prostitute online. I gave you sexual liberation movement. You can have sex with whoever you want. You're sexually liberated. You can dress however you want. There's no standard. Nobody can tell you what to do. It's your body. I got rid of all your fathers. There's no man in control of the house. You're an independent woman. I let you into the workforce. Now you're into the workforce. Guess what? We drive down the price that you got to pay for skilled labor goes down because the amount of people in the workforce is quadrupled because it's full of women. Before, women weren't in the workforce unless you were kind of woman. What kind of woman was always in the workforce? Huh? Who knows? What kind of woman was always employed when it comes to America? What kind of woman never had to march for a job? It wasn't accepted. What kind of woman was this? Huh? Come on, y'all. What woman wasn't allowed to go out and work? Wasn't allowed to work. What woman was this? Single ladies? No, you might have misunderstood the question. Well, no single ladies. Sisters were getting married at 14, 15, 16 years old. No single ladies. Grandma and granddaddy been together. They was 14, 15, 16. Knew the whole family and everything. The white woman, there you go. There you go. Sister Izara Carr. Damn right, sis. Princess Izara Carr. Trooper Yaba Carr's rib got her Hebrew name. You're in the game now, sis. You trapped for life. There's no way out. You understand? Old sign Christ. Sisters join the call. Damn right, sister. White woman. That's right. White woman. She saw. White woman. That was the only woman. You understand? That was the only woman. Damn, no sweat, sis. No sweat. That was it. The black woman was always working in America. You was working right alongside the black man. You cleaning windows, you cleaning floors. You sweeping the porch, he sweeping the ground. You picking cotton, he picking cotton, you collecting cotton. We were always working side by side. We never had a problem getting employment in America. You understand? If a black man couldn't get a job, you couldn't get a job either. You understand? We struggled together. We came up together. We struggled together again. Their lies separated us. That's why he said through his policy, he calls witchcraft to prosper. That idea, which sisters are waking up by the thousands realizing it's a struggle. I'm by myself. I don't have a backup plan. It's just me, my money, my degree, and my kids. Everything costs so much. It's scary being in this house. The phone is ringing. I don't know who it is. There's a knock at the door. There's a sound in the attic. Something in the garage. The car need brakes, need gas. It's making a funny sound. All these lights on my dashboard. That life was never supposed to be that way. His witchcraft made life this way for you. You understand? You were never supposed to be visiting your sons and daughters in jail. His witchcraft made us susceptible to the policies that benefited his interests. Remember the definition of the word policy that the Lord told it to be translated in Daniel 8. Now we read Daniel 7 and 25. So go ahead and read from the top again, NATAZACH.
Come on. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He's speaking words against God because he has the support of the children of God. Those of you who may not be old enough, you may remember, you might not remember, but Islam was not looked at as something favorable and respectable and warm and open and inviting. You know what made Islam respectable and warm and open and inviting and professional and clean? You know what made it? Because the rest of the world got introduced to Islam through trafficking, through human trafficking and Arab raids. Even the cartoons tell you Aladdin and the 40 Thieves and the Knights of Agrabah in the Arabian Peninsula. They got swords. Remember, Aladdin stole that loaf of bread as a little kid in the Disney movie? Who knows what they were going to do to Aladdin in that Disney movie for stealing that loaf of bread? Who knows? Who remember the Disney movie Aladdin? If y'all had any childhoods, you understand? What were they going to do to Aladdin? Aladdin stealing a loaf of bread in Agrabah. What are they going to do to him? They were going to cut Aladdin's hands off. That's Islam. That's real Islam. You understand? Take your mama and your sister and your cousin and put them in the harems to be sex slaves and castrate your son so that all of his sexual desire to be with a woman is gone after they rip his scrotum off and enforce him to babysit the prostitution brothels that his mama and aunts and cousins and sisters work in, where they take over your land and then they tie you to two horses and make them run in opposite directions if you don't accept Islam. They behead your whole village, and whoever's alive converts to Islam. That's how the world got introduced to Islam. That's how the world got introduced to Christianity. Mass executions, the guillotine, hangings, burning alive. Who remembers the Salem witch trials? Anybody heard of Salem? Queen Bloody Mary, the bloody queen of England. You understand? That's how the world got introduced to Christianity. You joined, or they cut your hands off. They burned your feet. They pulled your fingernails out. They pulled out your eyelashes. They cut your hands off. They castrate you. That's how you got introduced to Christianity. Do you know what made the world look at Christianity? Oh, this is so sweet. It's so wonderful. Oh, look at Islam. It's so great. What made the world look at Islam more favorably? You did. Black men in suits and bow ties, marching, stepping together, speaking good, proper English, nice, shiny, colored faces. You understand? Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad. You understand? Malcolm X. That's what made the world accept and love Islam and forget about all the castration and brutality and beheading. That's what it was. Get down or lay down. Just like state property with Beanie Siegel. Get down or lay down. You understand? You joining them gave them credence for the world to accept them. You know why they accepted Christianity? Who knows why there are 1,000 denominations of Christianity? I just learned something new. After all of these years being under command and journey Johanna, I just learned something new about one of the Christian denominations. But the first thing is, let's type this in. Who knows why there are so many denominations of Christianity? Who knows? Why are there 200 denominations of Christianity? Everybody's supposed to believe in Jesus, right? Jesus died for everybody. Let's just get together, everybody just be a Christian. If that's what it's all about Jesus, right? You about Jesus on the west, they about Jesus over there, they about Jesus over there. Everybody just get together and be about Jesus wherever you are. What's the big deal? Good answer, Sister Tawada. Sister says she has no clue. Most High in Christ, sis. We're gonna break it down. We'll give everybody else a little bit to answer. Why there's so many denominations of Christianity. Y'all on Facebook, y'all can answer. Instagram, y'all can answer too. Twitch, y'all can answer. Rumble, you can answer if you on there. All right. Why there's so many denominations of Christianity? Nobody else gonna give it a shot? The love of money, good answer. Wanted to be in charge, good answer to borrow. All right. Different temptations, interpretations of the Bible. All right, these are good answers. Where people making up their own, that's the answer. All of these answers are correct. Where are my officers? Nobody answered. There's no Yagadar. Where's Yagadar? Yagadar, where you at? Where's Yagadar? Where's the young man? There's a call Sapar, Shemagabar, and no answers for y'all. Y'all type in. Where my officers at? Some officers answering. The sisters answering all the questions. Different understandings. All right. Shalom. Quashan is Shimsha Bergatha. All right. Salaki, it's news to me. Maybe they're making up their excuses not to follow the law. Power, yes. Sisters is on it. Because don't any Christian follow the law? Well, first of all of the denominations of Christianity come from white men. Nothing in the Bible belongs to a white man. Nothing. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Everybody who is a Christian, all of them fall under one of those created denominations by the oppressor. Every single one of them. All right. So now, the Roman Catholic Church created Christianity. The Germans, who are not Romans, are tired of giving up their power to the Italians because they want to make Germany great. They don't want to send all of their money and have all of their people with a dying, blind loyalty to the God that they serve, which is really just giving the Roman Catholics power, which is the purpose of serving the God of that people. Now, they're all white men, but these are oppressors fighting each other for power amongst their own family disputes. So what do? They say we're protesting the Roman Catholic Church. That's where the Protestant Reformation comes from. There's very important things in history to know so that you can understand that all of Christianity is a lie. Every denomination at the very root, none of it has anything to do with God or the Bible. The Protestant Reformation is got the German monk Martin Luther. He does not want, you understand, he's tired of the way that the Roman Catholic, no sweat, I got you, Yagadar. He's tired of the way that the Roman Catholic Church is representing the Bible. He don't want to go and give all of his German money to a white man over there, but he got white men right here he can pay. You understand? So they decide we're going to make up the Protestant religion to rival the Roman Catholic Church so that all of our German money does not go over there. I don't want my cousin to have all the money. I want a lot of this money for myself. Then from the Protestant Reformation, you have the Anglican Church. Anglican is for England. Who knows who the head of the Anglican Church is? I just learned this from Jennifer Hyman this week. The head of the church is supposed to be the Most High, Christ. You understand? 1 Corinthians 11:3. I would have you know that the head of the Most High, the head of Christ is the Most High. The head of the man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. Christ is the head of the church. I'm paraphrasing. So Christ is the head of the church. You got to go through Christ to get to the Most High because the Most High put Christ in charge. Who is the head of the Anglican Church? While you answer that question, the Anglican Church did not want to give their power to the Protestants or the Roman Catholics. So what did they decide to do? They say, we got good white men here in England. What do we need white men in Italy for? We got our own white men. We'll have our own church. And then all of the white men here, they won't worship Rome to give their spirit to Rome and their customs to Rome. We will worship the Queen. That'll be the head of the Anglican Church. And they'll be in charge. I see y'all looked it up. Justin Welby. Look up Justin Welby. Justin Welby. Just a regular white man. Don't have anything to do with God. Nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing to do with the scriptures. Nothing to do with the Bible. Justin Welby. Justin Porter Welby is an Anglican bishop who served as the 105th Archbishop of Canterbury. Anybody ever heard those books? Ever remember the little children's tale called the Canterbury Tales? The Canterbury eggs with the little rabbits during the Easter time? Yeah. Well, this is your Canterbury here. This nasty bastard like fondling and touching children. That's what's happening in Canterbury. When you read your children's books talking about Canterbury. This him right here, big Canterbury right here. That's him, good old Justin Welby. He's at St. John's in Durham. He served in a number of churches. Child sex abuse charity rejects Archbishop of Canterbury. He the Archbishop. You understand? But he's not the leader. He's the head religious figure of the operation. He ain't the leader. That's what I thought too. That's what y'all thought. That's what y'all thought. He ain't the leader. Bear with me just a moment. The Archbishop of Canterbury. He's at the head. You understand? At the time. He's the church. Right. The Church of England. Right. Here's the real answer. Why everybody is thinking it's the head. You know the reason y'all thought that? Because y'all believed that the oppressor was going to be a man of his words and tell you the truth in his rules. That's why you believe that, right? That's why you believe that, Tower Bob. Because the white man says the head official of this religious organization is he's the head religious figure. He's the man. Who's in charge of the Los Angeles Lakers? Who is the Lakers? Who are the Lakers? If you ask anybody, the Lakers, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? Come on, y'all. Give me some answers. The Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. What they going to say? This entire world that we are in, the entire society that we are in, everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. All of it. Not, you don't learn the truth about anything until you come into the ISUPK. Sister said the Lakers is a basketball team. Said the Bus family. Tal Bob said, Jenny Bus. All right, y'all on it. Y'all on it. All right. Ask the world who the Bus family is. You say Los Angeles Lakers, who come to everybody's mind? Kobe, LeBron, LeBron's boy, right? No. This white lady right here, she's the Los Angeles Lakers. Her. Her daddy died. She the Lakers now. Her. Her right here. These white men, they the Los Angeles Lakers. Not the brothers up and down the court dunking the basketball, doing the free throws, working till their legs fall off, bad back, bad knees, feet all tore up. They not the Lakers. You never heard of her. You know why? Because you only know the mascots. You know the players. You don't know the actual team. So white woman in the back counting her trillions while LeBron gets $1 billion. Everybody else gets 20 million. Some of the other people, they get 175,000, something like that. And then they break off some community fund to pay the WNBA players. You understand? The head, I said all of that to say this. Oh, God damn it, I closed it. Right, I just had it. Damn, hold on.
It's loggy, sir.
Bear with me just a moment. There's a point. You got, I had it, but it damn, the head. Okay, bear with me just.
Come.
Damn. Anglo Catholic Church. So, like, you got it, NATAZACH, because I just closed it by accident.
Come, I believe I do, sir.
I'm trying to get back to it. I got a bunch of windows open. The bottom line I'm going to get to, if I can't get to it in a second, let me see. Recently closed. And an English who owns it, who leads the church. Okay. All right. This it right here. I'm going to share with y'all. She inherited the team filled with slaves. That's right. She's the Los Angeles Lakers. You'll never meet her, but she owns them. They wear what she says. They say what she say they can say. If they violate it in any way, they pay. Kyrie Irving put up a picture of a book, and he faced severe backlash because someone owns him. You understand? You see this right here? While everybody thought Big Canterbury, the fondler, everybody thought he was running the Church of England because he was the top religious official in the Church of England. In reality, the British monarch, the Church of England is led by the British monarch, who is the supreme governor of the church. The most senior cleric is the Archbishop of Canterbury, who takes precedence over the Archbishop of York. The governing structure of the church is based on dioceses, each presided over by a bishop. The church is described as being episcopally led and syndically governed. While everybody thinking the religious figure that everybody thinking the religious figure, he's in charge. The British monarch is at the head of that church, meaning this: it doesn't have anything to do with God or Christ or the Bible. Nothing. Neither does the Latter-day Saints, the Jehovah's Witnesses. It has nothing to do with the Bible. The Baptists, the Pentecostals, the radicals, the free radicals, none of them have anything to do with the Bible. It's all a scam. It's all about giving power to that oppressor and their family so that he can have power. None of it has anything to do with the God of the Bible. Islam doesn't have anything to do with the God of the Bible. It's about giving power so that all the good Muslims have to go to Saudi Arabia, so that the Saudi royal family, who are the richest of all the Arab families in the Middle East, who are really just white men pretending to be Arabs, you understand, so that they get all the tourism money, all the preferable oil contracts, all the best white man deals who want to buy their oil. They get all of those things there. Doesn't have anything to do with the actual religion. They have a policy that is in place. So while we're banking our soul and our spirituality following these religious leaders, they're really running a business. And that's what all the customs and the gods of the nations were about. That's why in the New Testament, the metal workers who made silver shrines to Diana, they had a beef with Paul because Paul was messing up their money. The religion was about their money. That's how they came up and got rich, tax-free across the world, private jets, security team, their own land. Yeah, you thought it had something to do with God, didn't you? It had nothing to do with God. It was all about making sure a rich, powerful white man maintained as much power as he possibly could. That's what it was all about. Nothing to do with the Bible. Our whole lives, we've been scammed about everything because our leaders tell us everybody is the same and we should be free to join whoever we want. So now, when you go back to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25, go back to it again, NATAZACH. One more time.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He's speaking against God so that he himself can be God. He's the head of his own church that he made up, that other white men made up their own churches that come from another white man who made himself be God in Jesus in Christ, when the whole Bible say everybody was black and Mexican and Puerto Rican and Native American. A white man is the oppressor, is the devil the Bible speaks of. It's all a scam. The whole thing is a scam. Keep going.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
These scams we following is wearing us out. It is wearing us out being Christians. Christmas done wore our people out. That's why they pushing people in front of subway trains. They wore out. That's why everybody's shooting for New Year's. They wore out. You understand? Getting run over in New Orleans. God's people are worn out serving the gods of another nation. You understand? Keep going.
And think to change times and laws.
Think to change times and laws. They're telling you the year starts in the middle of winter, in the beginning of winter. He lied. They're telling you Jesus is a white man. He lied. You understand? Yeah, that's why Malcolm X left the Nation of Islam. He thought it was about blackity black, sweet blackness. He get over there to the Middle East. He see white mans in dresses. Say, where's all the blackity black stuff? They're like, what you talking about? We the Saudi royal family. He said, there's nothing but white men over there. Thought this was about being black. I said, nigga, did you pay your fee or not? What are you talking about? This ain't got nothing to do with being black. That's what you thought? That's what they told you? You was in lockup? It was about being black? Nah, I'm Chief Abdullah, the 39th, the most beneficent. All your mosque money you've been collecting in America, yeah, that's going over here to us. Could you step back, please, behind the line a little bit more? Look, security. Got the color. Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Yeah, get him out of it. All of them. Get them out of it. Hey, all right, but let you be blessed. Get them out of here. All right. White man come with a briefcase. White man come with a dress. White man come dressed as an Arab. White man pretending to be a Moabite. It's all white men scamming everybody. Them ain't even the real Chinese that you see. The real Chinese is down in the mainland. Dark brown skin, all in Cambodia and Thailand. They don't let the real dark-skinned Asians that look like everybody else, they don't let them be shown on TV. They don't let people see them. When you actually go there, you see that those people are in the mainland where they allow people to visit. When you actually go to the rest of the billions of people in China, You don't see those bright white people with the umbrellas on. That ain't the real Chinese. That's where you allowed to go. You go out there in the village, they looking under a rock and beat a Pokemon to death and then chew it and then spread COVID everywhere. That's the real ones. You understand? It's all a scam. Our oppressor trying to spread white supremacy because it's such an unnatural thing, not only in nature, but in anything throughout history to be these people. Everyone has to coddle and change the world to make it fit a narrative that is unnatural. It's unnatural. You can't be in the sun, the world is covered in sun. The people who live in the snow where everything is white, they're also black. Like everything, that's why the Lord called from the book of Genesis, he said, a fugitive and a vagabond. You don't fit anywhere. Everywhere they go, that's why they have to make themselves a God and make a church that says, I'm God. I'm at the head of God. You see that picture there? That's me. I'm God. The picture there, that's me touching myself. I'm God. That finger, that's me at the top. That's me down at the bottom. The Last Supper, that's me, my mama, my cousin, my sister, my little brother. You understand? Everything must be him. The Last Samurai, the Martian, everything. The last of the Mohicans, the Egyptians, Jesus, God, Moses, everything must be him. That's why the Lord said, thy arrogancy has done this. And every time we participate in their holidays, it makes them more and more arrogant because it fuels life into the image of the beast. You understand that he shows himself as God and it's wearing our people out. And he changes the time, he changes the law. Guess what Donald Trump said? Donald Trump said, I'm getting rid of all these laws. We didn't pass the law that told you it's 10 genders. Guess what? All that's over. We're going back to the original 2. It's over. You pass a law saying that a man can be in your sports. You can't. We taking them titles back. You're going to jail. All that's over. Daylight savings time. We're getting rid of that too. All that's over. It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, damn it. You should have got up an hour earlier. It's over. All that's going away. You understand? He's changing everything. The diversity, equity, and inclusion. No, we're not going to give a woman a job that there's some qualified man who did 15 years in the army and he can't get the job because he's a man. And we don't want to give him preferential treatment in this security job because you being a woman without 15 years of combat experience should be able to also have the job to guard the president over this man just because he's better at the job and has more experience. So what happens? They come to shoot at Donald Trump. You see big back Becky over there with the gun, ducking behind the car because she don't want to put her life on the line. Big back Becky's supposed to be in the kitchen somewhere making pork chops. She ain't supposed to be guarding the president of the United States. Wide back Wendy ain't supposed to be in charge of guarding the president. Can't get the gun back in the holster. She don't know what she's doing. You understand? She's a girl and she's scared and she shouldn't be in the life or death situation. Why is she there? Because diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, guess what? All that's over. Donald Trump get rid of all that. He's going to change the law and change the times just like that. Why? Because you wanted Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays and integration and white women and Egyptology. And as a result, the power that God gave to us, he said, I'm going to give it to some dummies. I'm going to give it to a foolish people. A people so foolish that they'll let the animals on the counter while they cook. A people so foolish that they'll wash up and they won't even bother cleaning the crack of their behind and then say, I've washed up. The Lord said, literally, I'm going to give it to a foolish people to make you jealous. You want to be with them? Go ahead and be with them. You be in their religion and you'll slam your face on the ground till you get a hematoma in the middle of your damn forehead being a Muslim. And guess what? They'll come and do none of that. And then you'll say, hello, my Muslim brother. And they'll say it back to you. And they'll open the store and you'll get to stand outside of the store while they sell all the Arab fried chicken to your entire neighborhood and not give 1/4 to anyone. All of that money is going so that he can live in Northern Virginia. He's going to live in Skyline. He's going to live in Annandale. He's going to live in Alexandria. That's what he's doing with your Arab fried chicken money. You a Muslim, he's a Muslim. And none of that money is going to make your rent more affordable. Those Arabs in America, you'll never see them on the street homeless. They ain't going for that homeless. Homeless Arabs become the Taliban. They ain't going for that. Homeless Ukrainians become the white right rebel forces. Ain't gonna be no homeless Ukrainians in America. They're not gonna take homelessness and say we're gonna vote for better something. No. That's not how they deal with their problems. That ain't gonna work. You understand? That's the American solution you learn from civil rights leaders. That's not how the real world functions. You understand? So he's gonna change the laws and the time. Keep going.
And they shall be given into his hand.
The Lord said they're given into his hand. Why? Because the Lord gave it to him. Because we didn't know how to act when the Lord gave it to us. So we said, fine, everybody will get your wealth. You too stupid to stop having sex with them? Fine. They'll have all your businesses. They'll sell you wings and fries and not eat wings and fries in their land. They'll sell you steak and cheese and not eat cheese in their land and not eat steak in their land. They'll sell it to you. They'll sell you clothes that they don't wear. They'll make your shoes that they don't wear. They don't wear Jordans in China. They don't wear Jordans in Taiwan. They don't wear LeBrons and Kobe's and the 12s and Air Forces. They don't wear any of that over there. They barely wear any shoes. They wearing Crocs and slippers and sandals. They selling that stuff to you. You understand? Damn right, sis. They selling that stuff to us. Why? Because you wanted to join them. Okay. We'll see what happens to you in the end. The Lord been saying this for thousands of years. We still ain't learned the lesson. Keep going.
Until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Until a time and the dividing of times, there's no specific time it's saying. You understand? There's a time frame he's given to do this. Go to Obadiah chapter 1, Brother Shaw, and go to verse, start at 1 and 1.
Okay. Says the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah.
The Lord giving the prophet Obadiah or Ibadiah, he's giving him a vision, telling him what to say, what to see. Keep going.
Thus saith the Most High Power concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom. Edom is Esau or Idumea, or the so-called white man, the oppressor. Keep going.
We have heard a rumor from the Most High.
We got a rumor. It's word. Where these rumors going on? In the fourth dimension, in heaven. God is not sitting in heaven by himself. Like the Christian church teaches, it's just a floating head around, naked white man on a cloud with a floating head, touching fingers to another naked white man. It's a little bit smaller on earth. That's not how the Bible describes it. You got two terrifying, you got huge pit bulls around his throne, huge monster, gigantic pets on each side with eyes all over them, big, huge wings. They screaming. He on a chair made of fire. He got spinning rims. He got lightning and thunder over his head. He got power shooting from him like a super saiyan. He got 24 elders, his war council surrounding him. Christ is on the right-hand side with eyes red of fire and a green garment with a golden belt and a big white afro on his face and his beard. He got angels on one side that you would call demons. He got angels on another side that you would call an angel when they both angels. He got the souls of everybody that died being judged. Got the record keeper that's there. It's got 8 gates. It's got armies. It's terrifying. You understand? It's not just God sitting by himself somewhere. It's a crystal lake that Superman stole from his solitude of fortress. All of that's in the book of Revelation. You understand? So keep going.
And an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
An ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. There's some representative that's going among all the other heathen. Those of you that didn't know, the Taliban, which is the official government of Afghanistan after 20 years of the oppressor and every white man on the planet going to fight the war on terror, they lost. The Taliban took over, got all the U.S. military equipment and weapons. Well, they're the government. They sent 15,000 fighters and they just invaded and started a war on Christmas Day with Pakistan. You understand? Who are the Elamites? Of the same people as the East Indians. They're all the same people. Those are the Muslims side of the East Indians family. They made two separate countries. You got India and Pakistan. They're all the children of Elam. Some of them took the Arabs' religion and they made Pakistan. The rest took their traditional East Indian gods and maintained that in India or East India. You understand? They're all Elamites. Well, they're at war right now. They're trying to wrap up the wars. More wars just exploding. They can't stop. You understand? So keep going.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Everybody rising up to get ready to fight the oppressor in battle. This is World War III. They're trying to stop it, but they can't stop it. Them changing the American currency, they can't stop the war. Here's what our people don't understand. Here, most Americans don't understand this. People like to talk politics, things like that. They don't really understand the Bible. They don't understand war. They don't understand military, and they don't understand the world. If the United States dollar is not the number one currency, which is slowly declining, and the Chinese currency is rising more and more because the greedy white man did business with their enemy, who they openly knew was America's enemy. And now that enemy has gotten so strong and powerful from the business and trade that a greedy bastard like the oppressor made them this powerful, helped them get this strong by destroying all of our jobs and industries and sending the inventions we make to the world market so everyone can get our technology. Most of your phones are made in China. Your Huawei, your Kyocera, your Nikkei, all of these things are made mostly mass manufactured in China. Many of them, the Chinese open manufacturers down in Mexico. You understand? The technology for these cell phones come from Henry T. Sanford and Eugene Russell, black men in America. Dr. Shirley Jackson make the call ID, the fiber optics cable, the internet. All of this technology that they selling comes from our people. There's a few brothers and sisters. They exported the technology to the Moabites, who are the Chinese. And of course, the rest of the white men in Europe, everybody gets it. It's primarily being manufactured by them. They're cutting deals in Africa to get the materials and the minerals. They're working with China, they're working with Iran, they're working with Russia, working with India, working with Brazil and South America and Venezuela, so that they can pool together their resources the same way that the oppressor pulled together his resources to shut the communist countries out, the Arab world, and whoever would not take the white man's mark of the beast, which is to accept democracy or capitalism and allow basically the oppressor to dictate how you run your country. Well, now that our people are turning back to serve the Most High, the power that he once had from us being sinners, because again, he only has this because God gave it to him, because we refuse to obey the terms of the covenant that he gave to us. When he said, if you do this, you'll be above all people in Deuteronomy 28. If you disobey me, I'll make you beneath all people, and an evil, foolish nation will rule over you. Everyone will be above you. You'll go to the bottom. All of this is being done politically and prophetically to make them go to war, to make everyone fight. And the only way to recover the strength of the US dollar after they've robbed all the American citizens, they bankrupted everybody, they got war going on everywhere in the Ukraine and Russia, they're giving money everywhere, the soldiers are spread thin. Their alternative lifestyle movement stopped people from recruiting into the military. The lies that they told about 9/11 and their war on terror, where they basically just robbed and murdered all the Arabs, stopped people from joining and re-enlisting in the military. Their mistreatment of all the veterans, where they're getting jammed up and hurt, ended up homeless and on drugs and can't get what they need. All of this stopped them from meeting their military recruiting goals. You understand? So now all of this together is destroying America as to what it is and its reputation. The terrorism that keeps happening with all the mass shootings and people getting set on fire and all the treatment of how the world was at one point in time looking at America like this great, wonderful superpower. Now it's looking at it as this very dangerous, unstable place that violently abuses the poorest of its people, while simultaneously telling the rest of the world, you are bad for how you treat your people. You're abusing your people. You're robbing your people. You shouldn't be a brutal dictator. Then they see a video of 10 correctional officers beating black men to death and, you understand, putting Latino babies in dog cages. Now the world, they're being exposed that they're no better than anyone else. While the dollar is crashing, while they have open-ended wars they can't stop, the only way to recover the currency is to fight and kill the people who strengthen the other currency. That's the only way it's done. That's why they had to get rid of Saddam Hussein. That's why they had to get rid of Muammar Gaddafi. That's why they had to get rid of the rest of the Arab leaders in the war on terror, which is what the Marines and the rest of the soldiers found out after they spent 20 years fighting for freedom to defeat the evil Arabs from 9/11. They found this out afterwards. You understand? So the resources, which is what they're fighting over, which is what the currency was supposed to be backed in, is actually primarily owned by in Africa, which all the Europeans is stolen, which they're kicking the Europeans out, and the Arabs, which is their oil and all the lithium ion for your batteries and your electronic devices. Those things are coming from Central and West Africa. The rest of them, they're also coming from Afghanistan, Iraq, those Middle Eastern countries like Libya, and all of those countries where the leaders were either killed or forced to step down because interests had to be protected there. Well, now they have to fight this war and they can't get out of the war because now their currency and their economy is also tanking. All of these things are happening because our people are waking up and turning from serving the oppressor as God and turning from serving the Arabs God, which is how they got this strength in the first place, because the Lord was not with us for disobeying him. So now, keep going to verse 2.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Go ahead.
Thou art greatly despised.
At one point in time, the oppressor was looked at as strong and mighty and wonderful and powerful. They would have never thought to kick Europeans out of Africa. They would have never thought to rise up and buck against them and start a war with them. They would have never thought to challenge them and put their naval vessels in the ocean to go stand up to fight against America's Navy, America's Air Force. And we got fighter jets too. We got missiles too. They would have never done that. Why is it happening now? Because it's prophetically timed. Because you, brothers and sisters, stop celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating Halloween. Stop smoking Newports. Stop smoking weed. You stop being Muslims. You stop being Buddhists. You cut your dreadlocks. You stop celebrating Easter. Stop having abortions. You understand? Because of this, you left the church. Church is fallen. The belief that everyone had in the church system, in America, in the government, in Islam, all of it's falling away, which is what leads up to the return of Christ and the subsequent wars that also are leading up to it. This is how it happens. That's why the Lord told the disciples and the prophets to teach these specific things. Keep going.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Your pride and arrogance have deceived the oppressor. Keep going.
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
The clefts of the rock. The cleft of a rock is a cave. It's talking about the Caucasians. The word Caucasian means cave dweller. They come from the caves of the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia, between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea off the Gulf of Aqaba. That's why they build skyscrapers. They live in 100 feet up in the air, like the Trump Tower, like the World Trade Tower, like the high rises they build all over New York and Detroit. That's their custom, to live very high altitudes, to be in the cave. They want to go up in the mountains and all of this stuff. That's not our custom. We fled into the mountains to hide from people trying to kill us in the valley. That's why we went to the mountains. It wasn't our custom. It's Esau's custom because he's a caveman. Keep going.
Whose habitation is high.
They live in a very high place. Just what I was saying to you. Keep going.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
He's saying, who gonna see me? What y'all gonna do to me? I bring democracy. Huh? You got a problem? You got a beef with me? Looks like, is there terrorism over there? I think the war on terror needs to go to your country. What did Gaddafi say? Gaddafi said he ain't gonna bow down. Look like Gaddafi is a terrorist now. You got to bring democracy over there. What? Saddam said he not gonna back down. He not gonna give up his nukes. I think they got terrorism going on over there. I don't know what he gonna do with that. Sound like terrorism to me. He told the white man no. All right. Okay. Look like we got terror going on over there. He terrorists, y'all. World, see what he doing over there? Democracy is on its way. Here come the Marines. Here come the Air Force. Here come the Predator drones, C-130s. Here comes Raytheon and Northrop Grumman and Blackwater. You understand? Here they come. You understand? Before you know it, whole damn country's destroyed. 20 years. Oh, damn. I guess he wasn't all that bad, y'all. Well, stuff happens. It just happens, We're going to move on and, we're going to try better next time and all of that. Keep going.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Very specific. You exalt yourself as the eagle. The eagle is the top predatory bird on the planet. That's Esau's official bird. Nations with the eagle. The Nazis used the eagle. Spanish Armada used the eagle. You understand? The eagle is Esau's bird. You understand? They call it the Great Seal. The Senate has the eagle. The Nazis use the eagle. America's the bald eagle. They got eagles on their flags. French use the eagle. Everybody, that's the official bird of white men. It's the eagle. You understand? Keep reading.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
You set your nest amongst the stars. We've gone over this many times. It's the International Space Station. That's the nest amongst the stars. It's a place where you can lay down and rest amongst the stars. They tried to build the Tower of Babel to go out into space to fight God. This is the nest amongst the stars where the satellites are, the International Space Station. It's a great place for all the horror movies. They make good horror movies in that outer space. You understand? This is why our oppressor went there. It's spiritual. That's why they had the space race in the 60s. Your whole life, you thought that they were just coming up with great ideas to be the government. They were just trying to get great ideas together and be the government. You understand? This is the nest amongst the stars that the Bible is talking about. You see the stars up here? Everybody should be able to see it. It's not sharing the right one. Hold up. Come on now, get it together. All right. Let's see. You see it? This is the nest amongst the stars that Obadiah is talking about. The Tower of Babel, they physically built one. Now they were able to build one and actually put it into outer space. This is the space race from the 60s. The great space race. You're trying to see Chinese trying to get to outer space, Russians trying to get to outer space. They got an international space station. Why is it an international space station? Because all nations are going to come together. All nations are coming together. That's exactly what the Tower of Babel was. It was one of the earliest stories in the Bible, and God was against all nations coming together. Get you a better picture of it. Y'all can see this here. This is the nest amongst the stars, so that you can actually see what's going on. The oppressor has always been planning to do this. This has been in the spirit of the nations. Of course, the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the chief heathen that oppresses us, but he's not the only one. Keep going.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Most High.
From the moment and the time that the oppressor started to go into outer space to build this nest amongst the stars, which is why they were going to outer space, the Lord said, from that point, I will start to bring down your empire, your rulership that I gave you. And you know how he did that? In the 1960s, the Lord gave the knowledge of the truth to the 7 heads that started the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Because this was a key event that unlocked biblical prophecy that God told Obadiah to say thousands of years before it even happened. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new that's happening that the Lord did not already reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, like it says in Amos chapter 3, verse 7. The prophets were already told this, and it was already written so that you could already know about it if you listen to the prophets that God set up. To everyone else, this was a surprise. You were hearing about it the first time, just like what we're getting ready to go over now was also a surprise. Keep going.
Count verse 5. If thieves came to thee.
If a thief came to you, keep going.
If robbers by night.
In the middle of the night, some robbers showed up. A thief and a robber, they just show up. You weren't expecting them to come, but they're here now. They just showed up. Keep going.
How art thou cut off?
How art thou cut off? You understand? It's talking about the oppressor. If a thief came in the middle of the night, if robbers came, you understand? He's talking about this is how you getting cut off because Esau has stolen from everyone. Keep going.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Like, damn, how much you gonna steal? I could understand if a thief came in the middle of the night, what are they gonna steal? They might steal some dishes. They might steal some, some china. They might try to steal some computers, some TVs, some electronics, stuff that they can sell. They might look for jewelry or money, clothes, expensive stuff. Keep going.
If the grape gatherers came to thee.
If a grape gatherer came, gathering grapes is very specific. If you pull to get that cluster of grapes, you're almost certain that when you pull those grapes, what's going to happen? Plenty of grapes are going to fall to the ground. The Bible calls it the gleanings. Those are things that when you harvest your own grapes, you're not allowed to get all of them up in our land. You're not allowed to take every single grape. because that's for the poor and the homeless. Keep going.
Would they not leave some grapes?
Like, damn, are you going? Something has to fall on the ground. You shouldn't take everything. When the oppressor steals, he doesn't just break in your house. He's going to break in your house. He's going to take the pictures of your family and put his family up. He's going to take your name and he's going to be the Johnsons now. He's going to take your identity. He's going to show up and say, well, this Hanukkah is about us. When Hanukkah was about blacks and Latinos fighting the oppressor, fighting racist and gentrification. Well, he say it's about him now. Like, this is what the Bible is talking about. This is why the Lord said he's getting cut off. You understand? All right. So keep going.
Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Like, how are they searched out? All the evil that you've done, all the burials, the mass burials you're doing, all the abuses in the prison, all the experiments you've done on blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, all your crimes across the world are being revealed. And your true character is being shown, that your sons and daughters are animals. This last mass shooting, that mass shooting was done by a woman. You understand? Like, now the world is seeing that this is a bloodthirsty, savage animal that is no better than the rest of us. The heathen are now looked at you like, well, we got to be righteous and moral because the white man has a code of laws and ethics, and look how just and wonderful America is. When in reality, they were beating us to death in America. They were killing us at traffic stops. They were flooding our communities with drugs, kidnapping the native sisters off the reservation. You understand? Throwing our body in mass graves. You understand? Beating brothers to death in a lockup. The back of their squad cars. You understand? All of that. Keep going.
How are his hidden things sought up?
All of the hidden evil secret things, they all tell it. All the whistleblowers coming forth, everybody snitching. I did this, and this. And I was an old disgusting bastard for them for 25 years. So when they say this, they lying. We stole this. Yeah, man, we wiped out their whole family. I remember when we were on deployment, they told us just go through and kill everybody, as many children as they could possibly see us. Make sure that they saw you taking out their fathers. Like, we did all of that, man. Yeah, it was terrible. That brother, the super sniper brother with the dreadlocks, the light-skinned brother, he telling everything. I used to be in the CIA for 25 years, and we did this and this. We was stealing, and they want to make sure you's a grimy, dirty bastard without a conscience, so you can sleep at night, so that you don't crack. They want the top sociopaths and all of this here. I know this is how the tests work. This is what we doing. This is why they putting this in your movies. This is why they put this in your water. We learned this from the Nazis. All of the evil, secret, cruel, corrupt things that they've been doing, everybody telling that the prophets have already been telling you about, that nobody cared. You understand? All right. So skip down to verse 10.
Okay. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
For the crimes that they've done against blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they are supposed to be shamed. I wanted to skip it, but I can't. Take me back to verse 7. The lock it. Give me verse 7.
Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
The men of thy confederacy, every Sabbath service and every high holy day, we pray Psalms 83. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Asians, the Chinese man, and Ammon, the Japanese and Korean man, and Amalek, the Jewish man, the Philistines, the Palestinians, the South Africans, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. The Assyrians that got dragged into it. They just made King Assad step down in Assyria. You understand? Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. Make their nobles like Zeeb. You understand? Make them as the dung for the earth, as the fire burneth for wood, as the flames set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests. Why? Because they said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the living power in possession. They are confederate against thee. They have consulted together to make the name of Israel no more in remembrance. They were all in on it. Not just the white man. It was his confederacy. He's the head of the group, but he wasn't alone. They were all in on it. They're still all in on it. And the Lord is going to make them all pay together. The men of his confederacy, they're now all turning on each other. Keep going. This is why we pray these prayers. Y'all stand up, we say them long prayers every Sabbath service. This is what we've been praying for since the 60s. Now the Lord answering that prayer. Keep going.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
They were your friend, your comrades, your business partners, your trading buddies. Xi Jinping, the little rocket man, little stubby rocket man in Korea. You understand? This is our allies. Putin and the Kremlin and Moscow and France and Russia and Germany. These are our buddies. Yeah, they were at peace with you. They deceived you. Keep going.
And prevailed against thee.
Oh, they're going to win this time. This time they're going to prevail against you. Before, they weren't allowed to prevail against you because it wasn't time for your empire to fall. This time, they're going to win. Keep going.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
America feeding everybody. They've been eating your bread. They've been eating off of NATO, eating off your allies, eating off of your money, your missiles, your rockets. They've been eating good with you all these years. China been eating your bread all over America. Everything made in China. Find out the Chinese spying, stealing all the phone records. CIA stealing your phone records, and China stealing your phone records. Keep going.
There is none understanding in him.
You don't understand what's happening. You trying to make your empire go on because really they don't believe in God. They don't believe in the Most High. That's why they think political leaders is going to be able to fix it. They don't have the understanding that God is cutting them off. Give me verse 9.
Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed.
Teman is the smartest of all the white men. That's the German man. Temanites are the so-called Germans. They shall be dismayed. They're going to be troubled because their whiteness ain't going to work no more with two white men fighting each other. And that white power came from the dollar and the euro. But the dollar and the euro don't have the resources. The Arabs and the Africans got the resources. That's now under the control of China and Russia. And you've been doing all your business with China, making them powerful for decades, while you slit your own wrists here in America, starving your people to death, lying in your pockets for no reason. Keep going.
To the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Everyone may be cut off by slaughter. You understand? All of them. Why? Give me verse 12. Salaki, give me verse 11. See, the Lord don't forgive the other nations of people. This, you being in the truth, this beef that the Lord has had with these other nations from what they've done to us, this beef ain't ended. The Lord don't forgive nobody but blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He ain't in his beef with these other nations of people for the crimes that they've done thousands of years ago. God don't forgive them. God doesn't forget. He don't want us to forget or forgive them either. Just like no other nation forgives the people that have done them wrong. That's why the Chinese and Japanese to this day don't get along. That's why the Jewish man and the German man is not on terms. That's why the Palestinians and the Jewish man is in beef still. Ain't nobody forgetting about who done their people wrong for hundreds of years and killed millions of their people. Nobody letting that garbage go. Anybody telling you to do that is a fool and they hate you, which is what our leaders have been teaching to us for generations. Keep going.
General Khan, this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side.
They stood and watched. Keep going.
In the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces.
See, the other nations of people that were working with the oppressor that still work with him to this day, they came and took our gold and our oil and our land. That's how them Arabs got into Syria. I mean, that's how they got all that wealth from Iraq and Afghanistan. Gaddafi got all that wealth. They got that wealth from oppressing us, carrying us away captive. 1 million of us went into slavery. You understand? It don't show any of y'all being live. It show dozens of people that's watching on Facebook. It don't show any of y'all right now. Most High in Christ. To y'all watching on Facebook, shalom. Y'all by Shem Yahushua Barakatham. To you sisters, shalom. Yahweh Shemal Atham by Shem Yahushua the water for tuning in. Most High in Christ. It don't show any of y'all showing up. But I see y'all because I'm looking at it on Facebook. Most High in Christ. All right. No sweat. I see y'all. All right. This is why this is going on. Keep going.
And foreigners entered into his gates.
Uh-huh.
And cast lots upon Jerusalem.
They gambled to see who was going to take over our land. That's why the Palestinians is there, the Jewish man is there, Lebanon, the Lebanese is there, the Jordanians is there, the Yemenis is there, Iraqis in there, Afghans in there. Everybody was able to take a piece of our land. They've had it for thousands of years. Well, now we can get it all back. You understand? Keep going.
Even thou, what's as one of them.
You were just like them. You over there stealing from us too, like we wasn't your brother. That's why the Lord said Esau was Jacob's brother, but God put an end to all of that. There was a purpose for this. They came in to make sure that the other nations of people were able to wipe us out. Now, go to Isaiah chapter 47. You can drop that. That's enough. Go to Isaiah chapter 47. The Lord said, you've been deceived. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 3.
Khan. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3.
Real quick.
Start
at verse 1.
Khan. This is Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust.
Get down here in this dust. It's saying the dust because you used to be full of wisdom and understanding. You're going back to your natural state. You're not going to be full of this wisdom and power and understanding anymore. You're going back where you belong, in the dust. Your time of rulership is coming to an end. Your time of being beautiful and glorious and safe and holy and pure and virgin, all that's over. Keep going.
O virgin daughter of Babylon.
The virgin daughter of Babylon, calling it a virgin daughter because you've never been touched. You ain't had war on your land anymore. Every other nation of people got war on their land. Now you have war on your land. They'll be running over your people, setting your courthouses on fire, burning up your police stations. You're going to be fighting in your streets. Be civil war in your streets. Virgin daughter of Babylon. Babylon, because all nations come together in ancient Babylon. And that's against God. And here they rebuilt the Babylonian Empire all over again. Keep going.
Sit on the ground You keep going, Ottawa.
So like keep going.
Come. There is no throne.
Ain't gonna be no more throne or position of power. Go ahead.
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Chaldea is where Abraham came from. It was our land. It's where our forefather left. That's where his family was in Chaldea. That's in Iraq. That's where Babylon was. That's where life began. Didn't begin in Egypt. Didn't begin in Africa. It began in the Middle East. Just like the white man lied about everything else, he lied about life starting in Africa too. He lied about life starting in Africa so that you could think that you were an African instead of turning and opening up the Bible and realizing you were the children of God and we come from the Middle East. He fought to steal the land in the Middle East. You've been fighting over Africa. He didn't fight to take land in Africa. He colonized Africa to steal the minerals and resources that really the Africans just signed bad trade deals. You understand? Keep going.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
You're not going to be looked at sweet and wonderful no more. You're not going to be this pure Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, wonderful, sweet, wholesome, white, virgin, blushing bride anymore. You're going to be OnlyFans now. You're going to be ran through. You're going to be Debbie Does Dallas. That's what they're going to look at and see you. You understand? You're not going to be pure and wonderful and safe. You can come to America, somebody going to set you on fire at the subway station. You better off in Iraq. You understand? You come to America, you understand? The damn football, your rap stars going to drug you and they're going to pass you around. You're going to end up at Diddy's party. You understand? Skip down to verse 3.
Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
All the evil, filthy, grimy things that you've done is going to be uncovered. How are you the world superpower giving billions of dollars to everybody and your own people are homeless on the street? Keep going.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
You're going to be shamed before the world. And that old man is your president. He geriatric. He can't remember. He forgetting stuff. He getting lost. He half asleep. This man barely alive. You forcing him to run the country. Then you get some drunk lying broad in there for lying about her race, lying about her career, and sucked her way to the top. Ain't never had to do the job, not qualified. Everywhere she goes, stuff fall apart. She ruined everything. Her whole political career is one disaster after another. You understand? Everything about you is going to be shameful. Keep going.
I will take vengeance.
The Lord said, I'm going to get my revenge against you. You're not going to be forgiven. There's not going to be time for songs and dances and none of that. There's going to be time for what's coming right now. Keep going.
And I will not meet thee as a man.
I'm not going to be a man that you can fight and kill like you fought and killed all your enemies. This is going to be something that you cannot defeat. I'm going to send spirits to destroy you, and you won't be able to fight these spirits. Why? Keep going real quick. Verse 4.
Verse 4. As for our Redeemer,
keep going.
The Most High of hosts is his name.
The power of hosts of armies is his name. He controls life. The arrogancy of you make you think you control life because you get in, you change the laws with your science and your policies to make you think you can make up genders, make you think you can make up new ways to live life, make you think you can normalize alternative lifestyles. You understand? Keep going.
The Holy One of Israel.
All right, keep going. Salaki, keep going. You got 5.
Verse 5. Sit thou silent.
Sit in quiet. Be quiet and sit down. Keep going.
And get thee into darkness.
You're going to be in darkness. You're not going to know how to fix this problem. Normally, America would say, we got all the solutions. We got the solutions. We know what to do. We got the economists getting together and our heads of states getting together. The Lord is getting ready to bring more problems to America that they're not going to know how to fix. They're not going to be able to fix it. They're going to try. They're going to think they got the solution. They're going to try to implement it, and it's not going to work this time. Keep going.
O daughter of the Chaldeans,
Keep going.
for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms.
You're not going to be the most wonderful, beautiful land of the free, home of the brave, so pure, Disney World, Hollywood. Breaking news, Hollywood executives under massive indictment, human trafficking ring uncovered in Disney World, no longer sweet and wonderful. All the stories about all your Disney World, how you abused all your Disney actors, how they can't have normal relationships, they strung out on drugs. You done ruined Leonardo DiCaprio. He can't never be with a woman because of all the abuse you done to him. You done got everybody hooked on coke and drugs and ruined them and all kind of weird desires now because you abused everybody. That's what you're known for now. You go to church, you're getting abused. That's what everybody know your church for. Stealing the money. You're not the lady of kingdoms anymore. I don't want to go to America. It's dirty. It's filthy. Look how they treat their people. Look how they treat their poor. Look how they treat their president. God damn. Try to kill the president twice in 1 year. You're not tender and delicate no more. Your president in just as much danger as everybody else's president. It's much danger as Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi and Assad in Syria. Ain't nobody safe. Keep going.
I'm going to count verse 6. I was wroth with my people.
I was angry at my people. Keep going.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
The Lord said he polluted his inheritance. How? Keep going.
And given them into thine hand.
What is the Lord's inheritance? This is important to understand when the Lord says, I polluted mine inheritance. He said them. His inheritance is them. You understand? This is the precept you want for this. Don't miss that. Jacob chapter 10, verse 16. Don't go there, but it says the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. Israel is the rod of his inheritance. You understand? The literal seed or sperm inside of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans reproduces God's people on the earth. The rod of God's inheritance is Israel. So when the Lord says, I polluted mine inheritance, then he's going to tell you what his inheritance is. And given them into thine hand. My people is mine inheritance. Keep going.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
You showed us no mercy. Keep going.
Upon the ancient hadst thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Very heavily. The old, the young, you showed no mercy. Just like the Lord said would happen in Deuteronomy 28. Give him verse 9.
I'm going to count verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Just out the blue. In one day. Just out the blue. How is this happening? What's going on? Go ahead.
The loss of children.
The loss of children. You're going to lose your kids. You're going to lose them. You've taken plenty of kids from their parents, but you're going to lose your children. Keep going.
And widowhood.
And what?
Widowhood.
Right. Madison school shooting underlines how female school shooters are statistically rare. You understand? That's what's going on. List of school shootings in the United States. Let's see if we take a look at this here. Let's take a look at this. School shootings. We're just going to run this down. This is what the Lord talking about. Out the blue, you're going to lose your children. You take Black and Latino children, you take them. You got no problem killing Tamir Rice and Trayvon Martin. You got no problem. February, Flint, Michigan. You understand? You got Flint, Michigan. You got Seattle, Washington. You got San Diego. You got Detroit, Williamsport, California, Gary, Virginia, Tucson. All the schools, widowhood and loss of children. 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there. Now, 6 or 7, 4, 5. They're happening more and more and more. Keep scrolling down. And one day, now we get 19 in Oregon, all over. You're going to send your kids to school. They're not going back. Now you're going to lose 20 at a time. Now you're going to lose 20 here, 15 there. 2018, it's going to happen more and more and more and more. Probably don't even know about all these school shootings. You only know about the ones that they put on school. You probably didn't hear about Savannah, Georgia, Stone Mountain, Georgia. 10 people killed in 2019. You understand? 10 people injured in Alaska, Newport News, Virginia. After a football game at Todd Stadium in Newport News, said 3 teams were shot, 14 and 19. There'll be more and more in January. This is what the Bible is talking about. He said, in one day, widowhood and the loss of children. 10 here, December 16th, 2024, in Madison, Wisconsin. Abundant Life Christian School shooting, 3 people were killed, 6 others injured. They had one in Georgia, you understand, on the college campuses. You're not going to be safe anymore. Why? Because the Lord is coming for you. The Lord is coming for Esau. Widowhood and the loss of children. God said he coming for your children. He didn't say God loves the boys and girls and children of the world. He said widowhood and loss of children is coming. God is sending this. You're not going to be able to put it off. You're not going to be able to arrest who's starting this. You're not going to be able to arrest that spirit. Keep going.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the
What did
multitude
God
of
say?
thy sorceries.
He said in their perfection. God said it's going to be perfect. God said it's going to be perfect. God said this. In the multitude of our sorcery. Now, we're not glorifying this. We're not glorifying these evil acts and these school shootings. God said he was going to do this. Man pushed in front of subway train in New York City. Somebody got set, 2 people got set on fire. Woman got set on fire. God is causing this evil. The Bible says, I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do these things. Why is the Lord doing this? Keep reading.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
All the evil and the lies that you've been telling, all the witchcraft you've been spreading all over the world, you lied. You enchanted the world to make everybody think Jesus Christ was a white man. God is a white man. You spread your democracy. You made the world believe that God's chosen peoples were people without a conscience. Just criminals and cartel members, mad hombres and thieves and lazy and liar, so that everybody could abuse and rob and steal from them and nobody could feel bad about what they were doing. Well, now the Lord is going to make everybody pay for it. Keep going.
Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
You trusted in your ability to torture and terrorize and bomb and tear things up, and your police force and your legislative, your judicial, your laws you passed. You trusted in your ability. Keep going.
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
They say nobody sees us. We doing these secret meetings. Congress having closed sessions, and we in Bohemian Grove, and we on Epstein Island, and we at the Diddy in the mansion party. Nobody sees us here. We in the closed doors. We in closed circuits. We at the late night spot. No cameras. Got to sign the NDA. Got to take everybody's cell phone at the door. Nobody's supposed to see us. Nah, the Lord said, I'm going to expose you. Your nakedness shall be shown. Keep going.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
The knowledge that you gain and the wisdom you were able to get, it perverted you. It make you think that you could change everything, like the laws and the times. You could change when it's a night and a day. You could change the genders. You could put a man in a dress and pretend like this ain't a man no more. You could take a woman and dress her up like a man and pretend like this is a man. Like you figured you could change these things. And the Lord said, because you did this, now, unlike my people who have a savior who's going to die to take their sins so that they can change and get mercy from the Lord, you're a heathen that cannot get mercy from the Lord. You don't have a savior. Now you and your people have to pay for this altogether. You understand? Keep going.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and no one else beside me.
I'm at the top. Ain't nobody beside me. Who gonna see me? Who gonna check America? Who gonna tell us to do anything? We'll bring democracy. We got United Nations peacekeeping forces. We got NATO. We got rockets, rifles, missiles. You understand? Drop that. Take me to Job chapter 18 and verse 10. We're going to get up out of here in just a moment. Job chapter 18 and verse 10.
This is the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 10. The snare is laid for him in the ground.
A trap is already set for the oppressor. The Lord set this up. He already in the trap. He can't get out of it. Keep going.
And a trap for him in the way.
It's a trap for him in the way. It's in the way because you can't see it. It's a snare because if you were able to see the trap, you would have avoided it. But you can't see it. You didn't see the trap of your arrogancy making yourself God, of your arrogancy, of all the stealing and unaliving you've done. All the way since the days of the Garden of Eden, you've been a murderer and a vagabond, a wanted criminal, fleeing from justice, building lies upon lies to cover your tracks, to justify your actions. Now your church is falling apart. They wasn't prosecuting anybody for all this child molestation. Now they having to step down left and right, closing doors left and right. Everybody getting in trouble. Celebrities getting in trouble. Pastors getting in trouble. T.D. Jakes had to fake a damn heart attack. Everybody getting in trouble. Keep going.
Verse 11. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side.
God is bringing terrors on every side. School shooting, mass shooting, gas station shooting. They setting people on fire now. People getting thrown in front of trains. They driving cars through crowds of people. The Lord is in this. God releasing these evil spirits. You understand? We told our people to get in the UPK and learn to change our lives and serve the Most High, to get under the protection of the Lord before this evil comes. The Lord pouring evil and judgment out into the earth. Now ain't the time to be celebrating a new year in the dead of winter like a dummy following behind the oppressor. You'll get thrown in front of a goddamn subway train when a demon from the Lord gets put on an evil man to punish another evil man. Keep going.
And shall drive him to his feet.
He's going to be driven to his feet. He's not going to be able to rest. He's going to be scared. Are they coming in the back door? They're coming through the front? Are they going to get me while I'm in my car? Is it going to be while I'm at work? Is it going to be at the football game? Is it going to be when I go to college? What about my kids? The same terror that our people had to go through every day we send our kids to school. Every day we out on the road. Every day we driving. Now they're going to drink of that cup that they filled up, that the Lord is going to give them double. Keep going.
Verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten.
The things that made him strong is going to dry up. His money, his economy, his ability to just go and kill whoever's his competition. Can't do that to Russia. Can't do it to India. Can't do it to BRICS. Can't do it to China. You can't just go and just dust them off like you did the Arabs, like you did everybody else, like you did Mexicans and Native Americans. You can't just go and wipe them out and bomb them and hide their bodies in mass graves. Can't do that to the Chinese. Can't do it to the Russians. Keep going.
And destruction shall be ready at his side.
Destruction is ready on all sides. Nowhere to turn. Everything is ready to destroy this oppressor. Keep going.
Verse 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin.
the strength that came from that white skin ain't gonna be strong no more because it's white men in Ukraine fighting white men in Russia. You understand? Once the rest of these Edomites realized that Donald Trump lied about these deportations, getting rid of everybody out the country, they figured that this is going to be more money for them. And he's not just a rich billionaire playing on their sympathies and their emotions, and they're driven by their hatred and their poverty. You understand? And they told them that this is who you're supposed to be mad at because poor people from another country that a rich government gave them crumbs and didn't give you crumbs, that it was the poor people's fault. Well, they're going to turn on Donald Trump, just like they did the last time. Except this time, they're going to turn on him while also trying to fight war in several other countries and America. Keep going.
Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
The son of death is going to devour his strength. Keep going.
Verse 14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
Everything that made him strong and superior, he ain't gonna be confident. He ain't gonna have that dollar. He ain't gonna have the biggest military. He's not gonna be able to bully everybody. Everybody else got a navy too. They got destroyers and stealth fighters and bombers. They're ready to sling nukes too. They say, listen, if it go down, it go down, goddammit. All right, that's it. You understand? I better get y'all stuff together. We ain't wrapped too tight over here either. You understand? Got the little Korean man, he ready to blow something up. Big Pootie say he ain't soft. He ready to bomb something. You understand? India said we ain't no third world country. Better watch your mouth, white woman, BBC reporter. The hell you talking to? This big Sandeep over here. Better put some respect in your mouth. They ain't playing no games, man. They ready to get it on. And the Lord is causing all of this to happen. And while they fight and destroy each other, we're going to continue to build up this nation. We're going to continue to build up, and the Lord is going to tear them down, and it's going to be glorious, and the nation of Israel shall rise again. And with that, we the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. You start out on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. You understand? You're not in the ISUPK. You're not in the truth. Rule for brother and sister: when a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months and to be saluted only. They're here to learn to share themselves with the world. After this 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they're to get counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Reach out to your camp leader if you're interested in courting someone. It's that simple. That's what you do. That's the first step. That's what you do. And go from there. You get 2 answers, yes or no. Very simple. You understand? All right, Most High in Christ. Tithes, which is a commandment from the Most High. 10% of any penny of any increase the Most High gives to you. Go right to the school website, isupk.com. 90% of what you get belongs to you. 10% belongs to the Most High. Do not spend the Lord's money. It does not belong to you. If you do, you owe the Lord 5% in addition to what was his that you spent. You find $20 on the ground, you hit the lottery, get a life insurance policy, your payroll check, Social Security, whatever you get, that is your increase. It all comes from the Most High, and you owe him his cut. His cut only goes to the place that he set up, which is the ISUPK. Go right there to send your receipt right to your email. All right. Upcoming high holy days, you'll be notified when the time comes around. You understand? Everybody will be notified. All right. And lastly, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, it'll be in all black. Boots, purse, short, headband. Make sure that you're in all black. Contact the ISUPK school in whatever city or zone or state that you're in and let them know, I want to be a trooper in the ISUPK. You understand? Make sure you let them know. You're a sister, you cannot be a trooper, but you still need to call the school and let them know that you want to be in the ISUPK, an actual sister in the school, so you can be directed on what to do. All right. And with that, we're going to get one courtesy salute to get out of here real quick to the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham. To the sisters, Yahweh Shemor Alathon by Shem Yahushua. With that, tune in right here, Lashawan Kwadash class every Friday night, taught by Officer NATAZACH Quran, Officer Yagadar. Don't call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and not be able to read, write, and speak the Lashawan Kwadash. Fake Israelites speak Yiddish. You understand? Don't you be an Israelite and not know how to speak your language. Don't be her. Don't be him. You understand? Be in class, and brothers teach a hell of a class with that. Shalom.
Talk to me. Played the horn of the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible. They say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. Kyrie tweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed. So it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learn religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And now I never let these crackers take it from you. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit.
Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold.